Today, we're going to be discussing ancient India and other parts of Eurasia. And the first thing you need to know about ancient India is that those people like to fuck. All right, that's what they did. They are all about the Karma Sutra. And I mean, look at some of these chicks, dude. These chicks are freaking banging, man. I mean, look at this one. Look at her. Look at them titties. Holy shit. Let's be real, people. How'd you like to be this fucking guy right there? Yeah, that's fucking right. You know you would love it. But enough of the Karma Sutra stuff. Let's get on to the interesting stuff, like the Kalisuya Temple. Now, this place is incredible. They cut this temple out of the living rock, all right? The rock that's attached to the earth. They just cut it right out from the top down and excavate it all the way around it. So, and this is what you're left with. Now, what's interesting is that I mean, the stone is so hard, all right? There's I forget who it was, but I believe it was a Muslim leader of some army or whatever that fought in India, and he ordered his entire army to destroy this temple, and his army spent a year just doing everything they can to it, just hitting it with hammers and stones and everything, and this is still what's left of it. I mean, they barely scratched the fucking thing. It was just too hard for them to destroy until finally they had to give up on it. They're just like, fuck it, It was just too strong. I mean, and that's just them not trying to be all precise, but just hitting it with shit, So I imagine the guys who actually chiseled that incredible architecture out of the rock. I mean, that's insane. Now, this is the Ajantu cave system. Now, this place is incredible, man. Cut right into the solid side of the cliff, right into the rock. I mean, doesn't it remind you of Derinkuyu, like the inside of it and everything? And there they have a giant sleeping Buddha in one of the Jain caves or whatever. I mean, it's incredible. And what's cool is having all the giant Buddhas from around the world. I mean, they're everywhere. You guys might not know this, but they literally are all over the planet. These giant Buddhas. This one's in China. It's one of the biggest. I mean, they have these giant Buddhas just all over the world in places you're just not even expecting. Look at the size of this one, dude. This is a sleeping Buddha. I mean, look at the size of that head. Is that incredible or what? Look at that fucking toe. How'd you like to get that foot up your ass? These things are so cool, man. I would love to see one of these in person. Well, why do they always do that? It's they're like, oh yeah, we need to make a giant Buddha for some reason. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, the Bamiyan Buddha, this was really sad because this was in Afghanistan. See, even Afghanistan has them. Isn't that weird? The Taliban ended up destroying the Bamiyan Buddha in 2001. How shitty is that? And the same thing's happening to the temples in Syria, too. Goddamn fundamentalist extremists, man. I mean, look at this beautiful artwork and everything. Totally gone now. Watch what they do. Just blew it up. Look at that. Is that sad or what? They're yelling Allah Akbar. Like it was their enemy. It was a fucking piece of rock, dude. But it's funny? You know how long it took them to destroy it? They shot it with rockets from planes, with bazookas, everything. It took them... They finally had to drill holes in it and just load it with dynamite because it was so incredibly hard. And yet these ancients carved it in there. Next, we want to get into Vimanas. Now, just to be clear, these are true Vimanas right here. That's what a Vimana is. It's a building. It's a style of architecture. It's a shape, a pyramidal type shape, and that's why the flying Vimanas look very similar to those buildings, because that's exactly what they come from. But when you get to now, when you're talking about flying Vimanas or flying chariots, the first one that they speak about is a Pushpaka Vimana, and this was in Sanskrit text or whatever, that the Demon King Ravana, he actually stole it from Lord Kubra, and it was returned to him by Rama. And these are like from the Jain text or whatever. But but that's like the main time they discuss of the flying Vimanas. Other than that, a lot of people like to reference Vimanika Shastra. However, Vimanika Shastra isn't actually an ancient text. All right, it's a newer one. It was written in the 1800s, and it's described as the aeronautics of Vimana or whatever. However, anyone who knows anything about aeronautics knows that the book doesn't make any sense. It's complete crap. And not only that, but the guy said that he was given this information by Bhattavaya. It was just like a sage who lived like 10,000 years ago or whatever. So I mean, like, you know, so he was channeling this book. You get it? Like, that's just, you know, it was like written in the 1800s and stuff too. But a lot of people like to reference that. However, it doesn't really have anything to do with the ancient Vimanas. I mean, technically, even this dude right here could be considered a Vimana, all right? Because gods could ride him as well and fly through the sky as a big golden mechanical bird and shit like that. Isn't that a cool looking fucking statue? I think it's bad as hell, man. I forget his name. He was like a badass or something. It's weird how like India always has like shows like these hybrids of people and animals, like the Nagas, which are like a mix between humans and snakes, or humans and cobras or whatever, which is really cool. And I mean, they have like monkey man and like dog man, and this is fucking weird, man. And there's also a lot of depictions of them even like having sex with animals and shit. Like it's a weird fucking culture. I mean, they like to fuck, I guess, anything apparently. Next, we come to Mohenjo-Daro, the Mound of the Dead. Now, this city was discovered in the 1960s or whatever, but it was spoken about in the Mahabharata. So, you know, thousands and thousands of years ago, supposedly a great war took place here. But what's interesting is some of the stuff that you find there. Like, they find skeletons throughout the entire, like, this one section, they're just laying in the streets. Look, some people are like holding hands and stuff. And what's cool is that, or what's interesting anyway, is that these skeletons are some of the most irradiated skeletons ever found on Earth. Also, you find pieces of vitrification everywhere. That's where the stone has literally turned into glass because of fusion. But you know, they think that maybe there was a nuclear war or something like that. But what's interesting is that that's what it's like spoken about in the Mahabharata, where they used like the Brahma weapon, which was created by Lord Brahma, and it was supposed to be a weapon that was like as bright as 10,000 suns, and it would knock down forests and everything, and it would turn the after effects would turn people gray, and their hair and fingernails would fall out, stuff like that. What I think's cool is that if you look at some of the Sanskrit writing, it really reminds me of ancient Mesopotamia and the Sumerians. So it's like there's obviously some kind of connection there because they look so similar. But then look at that. That's from ancient India, and this is a depiction of Gilgamesh. All right, and Gilgamesh and that, you know, these Sanskrit drawings from ancient India show the same thing. This person holding two lions. Look at that. Now, when's the last time you seen a hairy elephant? I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's a mammoth. That's probably old as shit, you know. But then here's Hercules, you know, killing two lions and stuff. So there's like a parallel that you could draw between like Hercules and this warrior from ancient India and Gilgamesh, and they all like have the same kind of like look to them. Also, look at some of the Sumerian statues with the wide eyes and stuff, and people say that looks like they have some kind of relationship with gray aliens because of the big eyes. But look at this stuff found at Mohenjo-Daro. All right, now these motherfuckers look like aliens to me, but look at some of these guys and look at some other depictions. This is a drawing of an alien that was spotted in Pascagoula, all right, in a really famous encounter. I mean, look at the pointy nose and the pointy ears and things. It's so weird. It's just, you know. And then like look at these guys. Look at these eyes and shit with these big heads. These little guys with these big eyes. I mean, and this is another depiction of an alien that was actually reported. With the pointy nose and the big round eyes like that. I mean, is that crazy or what? Now, although these figurines might have some similarities between, like, this one alien, there's another civilization that has it even closer. And where's it come from? Turkey. Of course, it always fucking leads back to Turkey. What do you fucking know? A few days ago, I was supposed to have a debate with another YouTuber by the name of Coast to Ghost on the validity of Secure Team 10. And we ended up talking and bullshit and trying to set up a debate, but he was on a different time than me. I think he's like in New York time and I'm on Washington. It was really different. Then we ended up just bullshitting. Then we ended up just like talking and being cool. So he ended up just turning out to be fucking really, really cool. And he even sent me this pic. Take a look at this, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that cool? He said, wrote, Coast to Ghost, NYC. Yeah, NYC. Congrats on 3,000 UFO Kyle proof. Look at that shit, dude. And look at his fucking tattoo of his aliens and shit, dude. I'll put a little crop circle up around his forehead to make him a little UFO proof alien, dude. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. All right. Straight up, thank you, Coast to Ghost. I appreciate it, dude. Awesome picture. Kick-ass fucking tattoo. I love it, brother. That's the shit. All right. I'd also like to give a shout out to Rain Days. We've been feuding back and forth for a while, going off, and sometimes the trolls, like, I end up actually really liking. So, like, this is just funny. He says, okay, first off, I don't think you are not intelligent or that you know nothing about the subject matter. And on that note, if you want to make a crusade on truth and disinformation, please do. I will be behind that 100%. Okay. And I'm just like, I just found it funny because I'm like, laugh out loud. Maybe you should have looked around my channel to see what it's all about first. What if I am a crusader for the truth? Unfortunately, he obviously didn't look around my channel, or he would know I am a hardcore crusader for the truth. He probably doesn't understand why, but hopefully if he looks around at some of my videos and maybe watches my vlog or something, he'll understand why. But just to give you a shout out, Rain Days, there you go, buddy. All right, so for anyone who doesn't know, if you want to come and join my website and join us with our live chats and bullshit about UFOs and tell us your UFO stories, or basically anything UFO or ancient alien related, just come to my website. Now you can just go to my homepage right here on YouTube and click right on my website. The link will take you straight to it. Now, if you want to come and join the live chats, you have to remember you have to sign up first. You have to become a member first, which it's free, and we're not going to spam you or none of that bullshit, so no worries, all right? But after you sign up, you would go to the chat room right here. Okay, once this loads up, this has a couple different options for you to pick through when getting your camera, or if you just want to text chat, or if you just want to talk on the microphone. Either way, you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. So just to show you real quick, you would go to go. Okay, now I'm going to go to start broadcasting. Now I'm going to choose a camera. There's me right there. Hello. So this will be the camera that I choose. Continue. Now I have a separate microphone, so I'm going to select that microphone. And then open microphone or push to talk. But I'm going to do open microphone. Bam, and there I am. Easy as pie, right? All right, so now that we got that, you can also get the Tiny Chat app, and this will allow you to join into the conversation too, straight from your phone or your tablet. Just sign up, and the room is called Rudder Nation. All right, download that and sign up and join it from the app too as well. I used the app just the other day; it works great, so no problems there. Also, one thing I think that's real important for everybody is that, like, they have the UFO blacklist, that's started by our friend Constantine over at UFO Theater, and that's a list that tells you all the shitty UFO channels out there. But what about all the good UFO channels? So I decided that's why I'm going to start the UFO white list. What it is if you come here and suggest any UFO channel that should, you think is good quality, that has, you know, good sightings, is a reliable source. You know, they're critical thinkers. They actually believe in real ufology. No bullshit. They don't post any fake UFO videos or none of that shit. That's the kind of people I'm looking for. No one who misidentifies stuff. If you can't identify it, I mean, like, if you're not able to research your own footage, then there's an issue. So no car headlights in the distance, no fake airplanes, no balloons, no planets or stars or meteorites. If you're filming that stuff and you think it's a UFO and you don't know, well, you got to learn how to do better research, all right? So we're going to try to avoid all of those channels as well. Don't be butthurt if you come and suggest a name and I don't put it on there. You know, it's not going to be a very big list because there's not that many awesome UFO channels out there. I'm not even on the list. So, but if you guys think of any, come and post it here. Let me know, and I'll go and research them and find out if they make the cut. Are they good enough for the UFO whitelist? All right, you guys. UFO Proof out.